I chose to conduct my technology workshop on the HyperDoc hype. What's all the hype about HyperDocs? This professional development was designed for teachers to introduce them to the growing trend of HyperDocs. Teachers were instructed to what HyperDocs are, the benefits of a HyperDoc, templates to create their own, and steps for copying a previously made HyperDoc. I presented my teachers with 5 handouts. The first one was a checklist on how to create a HyperDoc or copy a HyperDoc. The second was making a copy of a HyperDoc. The third was how to share this assignment with others. How to create a link, and how to post the assignment to the classroom for their students. My online component was a website that I presented teachers with. The website included professional resources for teachers to refer to, classroom tools for them to use. I provided them with a Google Sheet that organized Web 2.0 tools that they could refer to. This also provided them with commentary of tools that I had used previously. It had it down here, if you'll notice below, it has them organized by different types of tools. If I've used these tools and what I've thought about them, I also asked teachers if they had used any of the tools to feel free to add their comments, and also to add tools if they found them necessary to use. I also included in the website links to the resources that I gave them, more templates to use for HyperDocs, and assistive technology recommendations, and just recommendations on different ways to use the HyperDocs in their classroom. Additional elements that I had to include to prepare for my workshop, our assistant principal sends out our professional developments to our staff. So these are the descriptions that I included to send to the staff. After she had sent out the description, a week later, I sent out a promotional email with a video to what HyperDocs are and a link for them to sign up. Here is the agenda that I provided teachers with. I included snacks because this was an afternoon workshop that I divided into 2 sessions. So I always provided my teachers with snacks to keep them happy. I also used a PowerPoint presentation to deliver my information. Here is the presentation that I gave teachers in class. I worked through what HyperDocs were, explaining that to them, giving them a summary of what HyperDocs are and the benefits to using them in the classroom. I also provided examples of ones that I had used in the classroom, how to get started, suggestions, and then links to templates and other resources. Teachers were on the Google Classroom and were following along with the presentation with me. When I did give them time to click and explore each academic, I provided a resource for each grade level. I prepared the presentation for the entire middle school, so each subject, I have a 6th grade, a 7th grade, and an 8th grade, or I have a grade level and then a HyperDoc that could be used or adapted for all 3 grade levels. So this is an example of my presentation. I've also included a video of my presentation, but how did it go? This is the real key. I used an evaluation tool through Google Forms to get my feedback, And after evaluating it, I was able to see that overall it was a pretty successful workshop. One thing that I found very important was that it was valuable use of teachers' time, and that they found me to be knowledgeable, and the handouts were useful, as well as the additional resources available. At this point, several of them have not implemented it in their classroom yet, but they would like additional support with implementing it. I plan to present this workshop to another school in our county, and I also plan to continue working with the teachers here at my own school to support their needs with implementing it in the classroom.